Hi, I'm Chet, Marchwinski, Communications. At the center of lean product and process development effort is a single responsible leader called the Chief Engineer. Today I'm going to talk to two CEs. Hi, my name is Chet Marchwinski. I'm Communications Director of the nonprofit Lean Enterprise Institute, and today I'm talking to two CEs. My guests are Alan Labez. He is the Chief Engineer of the TechnipFMC Subsea 2.0 platform and the company's first ever Chief Engineer. He has held roles in product development, engineering, and systems engineering. Alison Weber is TechnipFMC's Chief Product Developer of the Subsea 2.0 tree product lines. She has held leadership roles in several subsea tree product and product development groups. Allison, Alan, thank you both for coming in and taking time away from the Lean Product and Process Development Conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here.
Now, you're both chief engineers. Alan, you're the first overall CE, and Allison is a CE on a critical system of Subsea 2.0. It's a major product. And I'm wondering, what were the key challenges for each of you in these roles as chief engineers? Do you want to start, Alan?
Yeah. So, I guess on my role, first being the first one was a challenge because we didn't know what the thing was. So we heard a lot about you need to have leadership without authority.
Oh yeah.
And what does that mean? And specifically for my role, I guess it was very challenging because it's a very large system. And we always expect the chief engineer to be somebody extremely knowledgeable about the product, technically knowledgeable about the product. That's what we intuitively think about it. But when we assemble this whole team together, most of the times, if not always, I would say always, I am the least knowledgeable guy in the room because we have experts for every subject. So Alison, experts on Christmas trees. We have other Christmas trees, other chief engineers on that. We have technical authorities on that matter. We have other product lines. So other people that are always specialized on that. So for me, as being the chief engineer for the system, it was really hard to get this thing about leadership without authority. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what exactly was bringing or to the team or leading the team? So and I think it started to gel once I could convey to the team what the message, what the vision I had for the future of the company, for the future, how these products should change to actually transform the whole company. So it was something high level but broader that touched every product consistently, mm-hmm. such that they all share kind of a same single vision. So I think that's when it started to gel, and also, I mean, we need to have then this mutual respect, and we start to develop this capability of respecting each other for what each one of us was actually bringing to the project.
Okay, very good. And as a CE of that, what were your challenges?
So whenever I was first introduced to the role of CE and asked to do the role, the way it was explained to me was, you are going to manage, or you're in charge of developing this product and its value stream. And I think my biggest challenge was wrapping my mind around what that really means. So mm-hmm. being able to challenge myself and think, what is the value stream of a tree, for example? And did I really understand all about that entire flow? And I very quickly realized I don't know very much about a tree either, like Alan was saying. So you have to lean on the experts around the organization. We were so embedded with knowing how to get things to a strong technical state, but then we would pass over all of these other process developments to the rest of the organization historically. So really being able to lean on and tap into that knowledge for, supply chain and sourcing or tender strategies and manufacturing processes and things like that has probably been, for me personally, one of my biggest challenges in this development. or as a chief engineer.
And that brings us to the next question. You're both experienced managers and leaders, but as CEs, what changed about the way you manage and lead? And Allison, why don't you go first, and then Alan?
Sure. What changed? Trying to think. I guess two things particularly I can think of. One would be, being given the responsibility for a product changed the way that I cared for how the development succeeded. So historically, you're graded as far as like how well you're performing on, did you meet schedule and budget, for example. But really having the product be the center of your development was a shift, and it changed the way that I led and also communicated that vision back to my team as well, to make sure that we were all product focused and that the decisions we made along the way were the best thing for the product and not the best thing for short-term gains in schedule and budget, because the long-term effects of what we're doing are so substantial that really having that foresight early on was really important. And then the other thing I think that probably changed is, we learned that we want to be able to expose the problems and be transparent about those things.
Yeah.
And so when you ask that of your team, it's important that you don't just ask for people to tell you problems, but you work with them to solve them. And that takes a lot more time and energy than you probably are used to historically. So it's a give and take, and it's developing that trust with your team that when they tell you a problem, you're going to really be by their side and help them solve it. So.
Okay. Alan, how about you? What was different about the way you manage and led?
A lot Alison touched on that is we are saying we are here to develop a new value stream. So the chief engineer needs to deliver a new value stream for the company. While before we were doing engineering for a project, so it's very short term. But when you think about what does it really mean to deliver a value stream for the company, this is connected actually to the sustainability of the business, to the strategy of the company. So the weight on the shoulders of the project, we were actually on the beginning of the project talking about the sustainability of the industry.
Really?
What we want to do is change the industry.
Wow.
Through the product development. And why the product development is important, because in this process of developing the value chain, we are touching all the segments on the industry.
That's a good point.
Everything is connected, touches the product, and we are given this task to develop that. So it's not only a product that is another product, but also this. So this was all this way to develop the value chain, but also the ambition of the project to transform the industry. So, until we could understand everything that really connected to this task and to this role, and that completely changed the way you approach things. So we, on the chief engineer role, we go from what we want the product to look like, to perform as a function, then to the details of how does it perform these functions, and how you're going to manufacture that, or the clients are going to buy, or how you're going to do the marketing of that, how you're going to do the services in the future. So you start thinking on all of that. So it's such a complex system, and again, you need to rely on the experts on every of that disciplines. Because not only you may not be expert on the product itself, but also you're never expert on all the disciplines that are involved to make that thing happen. So it's a big task on engaging everybody to align on that vision. So bringing alignment and leading. They say leadership without authority. How do you promote this leadership? And I think it's a lot through conveying the message of the vision with passion. So you need to have passion of the product, of the outcome of what we're trying to do. And this passion, it permeates the organization.
It's no longer just do it because I said so.
Yes, because the engineers, they are amazing. I think I was like that. I never did what I was told to do. We are rebels. I mean,
We could edit
that's
this out, you know, if you have.
yeah, I hope my boss don't watch that. But I always did what I wanted, and I think that everybody will always do what they want. So you can only get what you want if you pull this alignment. So the product development pulls the alignment, and the two, I think at the end of the day is passion. It's passion for the outcome, for the vision. So passion for the product is something that's extremely important for a chief engineer. Extremely important skill for a chief engineer, not only to have that, but also to convey the message.
To convey it. Great discussion, guys. Allison, Alan, thanks a lot for coming by and sharing your thoughts at the conference. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks.
And thank you for watching. To learn more about lean product and process development, go to leanpd.org. That's leanpd.org, and sign up for our monthly e-letter.